Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through. Right before you is Miss Rosie Perez and Miss Jennifer Lopez. They have been making some news these past couple of days for comments that Jenny has said. A little backdrop, because these two go back a long way. It's reported that the two met in 1991 during the open casting call for the show's Fly Girl dancers. Perez, who was the show's famed Fly Girl choreographer, and claims that she was the one who convinced host and creator Keenan Ivory Wayans to pick Lopez. Though the American Idol judge has credited Wayans with discovering her, but Perez claims that he thought she was chubby and corny, and that she in fact was the one who encouraged him to hire her. So it kind of almost sounds like Rosie is saying that she's the one who discovered her. Now here they are during the Fly Girl stage. This was from the show and in Living Color. It was a very popular sketch comedy, where a lot of actors got their start from there. Besides Jennifer Lopez, who would later become J-Lo, there's Carrie Ann Inabe. We know that Jim Carrey, and I believe that even Lori Petty was on there. So it was a great launching pad. I used to enjoy this show myself. It says right here of J-Lo making her debut in September of 1991. The future pop diva didn't immediately connect with her fellow dancers. All of the girls were coming into my office complaining how she was manipulating wardrobe, makeup, and me, all to her advantage. Perez wrote in her memoir, saying that Lopez thought the girls were just jealous. She then went on to say that the Grammy winner dropped her sweet girl act and went off on Perez like some ghetto biatch, screaming and pounding her chest. Damn, you know she was angry then. Now, before we go farther, we need to look at, to give the proof of the major shade that Jenny from the block threw. So without further ado, here we go.
When I started, I would always go in for what they would call, the Rosie Perez type role, the, dishwasher, the this, the that. And it was and I was like, I don't want to do that. And I had to kind of break out of that and convince somebody to put me in the first romantic comedy, which I think was The Wedding Planner. And I remember, Adam Shankman put me in that movie, and it was oh, okay, Jennifer Lopez? Oh, all right. And I was, again, like you said, kind of hot at the time.
Oh my. Okay, so you guys heard that. Jenny. Why? I mean, that was not subtle at all. That shade was loud and clear. Many people believe that this stems from Rosie's tell-all memoir. I believe that came out in 2014. That made her respond this way. It goes on to say that in her tell-all memoir, Handbook for an Unpredictable Life, Perez 49 opens up about her ongoing feud with Bronx native Jennifer Lopez. At that time, she was 44. The New York Post put out excerpts from the book, which hit stands on September 25th, noting Perez's recollection of the days on In Living Color with Lopez. So apparently, I guess one can surmise that Jenny from the block is not too happy about that, or about the way in which she was portrayed in Lopez's book. And let me just tell you one thing. Fans were not happy with Lopez's shade. Just read what they have to say. Now, people, many people tend to forget that Rosie Perez was nominated for an Academy Award in a movie called Fearless. I'm not sure if I watched the movie or not, but in this particular role, she gave a very good performance, apparently. I'm not sure if she played a maid in this role, but many think that she's actually a more talented actor than J-Lo. I'm going to tell you what I did look up, though. I did research Rosie Perez's, on Wikipedia, and I kind of looked at her autobiography, and I went down to, here she is right there, very pretty lady, seems very nice, her career. And I wanted to look at her filmography. And when I checked that out, here it goes right here. Starts in 1989 on Do the Right Thing. Many of these roles right here were not maids. She has a long, extensive work history. She's been working for a long time, by the way, since 1989. And I believe that most of these roles here were not playing a maid. So I'm not sure where Jenny from the block got her information from. Even have a great TV career. I did not realize that she had this type of film credits behind her. But looked like she's been in more things movie-wise than what J-Lo has. But let me just say one thing about the part of playing a maid. I think that too many people make too big of a deal out of that. Do you really have to play a doctor or attorney? Why is playing a maid such a negative for a lot of people? I can understand how it can be attached to some groups. But I can also not see a problem if you're playing a maid one role, another role is a different character, a different profession, another role is a different profession. It's almost like people are ashamed of someone playing a maid. And it's like it's a profession that people look down upon and put down. Those who see a problem with it. You got to wonder, why is there such a social stigma attached to that particular role? It's because of society has taught us the more you make, the more you are. The more you have, the more you are. So I think that sometimes we unnecessarily put down roles. It could be a maid, a trash collector, that the character can be very nuanced and very interesting outside of what they do as their profession on screen. I mean, you could be a doctor or a lawyer and be a very boring character. A lot of it just depends on how the role is written. And I'm not sure that I like the whole notion of someone making a claim that being a maid is a negative. I just don't see it that particular way. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.